Hey everyone, this is Julian from the Binary Lab, and in doing this video to kind of discuss the social copy trading feature on Pocket Option. And you probably realized by now that a lot of the people who are on the social trading platform actually trade in the OTC. OTC stands for off the counter. So this is basically after the main market hours are over. Let's say when Europe is closed, when New York is closed, and there tends to be this period of time between the late New York session and until Asian session when payouts are dropped. And in fact, for the whole Asian session, the payouts are dropped. And during this time, the payouts are dropped. There are many traders out there tend to take OTC trades. So basically, I'm going to be updating you with my account, and I want to just update you about this test account that I've been doing this project on. So yesterday night was one of the days that I actually left the account to run throughout the OTC. During the OTs, before I basically closed my computer and went off to bed, the account was actually at 222 and something, which means to say that in the last couple hours, through OTC trading, it's actually lost about $12. So in the meantime, you can also see some of the OTC trades here on this right column. So these are some of the trades that recently took place, and you can see that there's a mixture of win and loss. Okay, so now I'm going to go into more detail like so. Just to give you a little bit of a background, last week when I was running the copy trading on Pocket Option, and actually even inside of my group, which I'm going to show you that group of mine. So this is actually my copy trading group, and in my copy trading group, I've actually had my admin to set up timing to put out a message that says turn off copy trading until London market opens, or let's say um, like okay, New York markets just open. So I have these things inside of the group that come up all the time, basically to remind you and to warn you when are the best times to trade. But in the meantime, I've also okay, London session open, it's time to copy trade, let's make some money. So these are some of the things that I've been doing to basically remind people what are the best times to copy trade. However, uh, there have been members who've been asking me like, well, some people do make money in OTC, so should we just leave it on? Okay, so I decided to do an experiment to see if actually money can be made in the OTC or not. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you some of the results, and if you want to know where you can get this result screen once again, I'm going to guide you through the process of getting to the screen. So by the way, you can also claim free access to my video series in copy trading. At the bottom of this video description, it says thebinarylab.net/copy trading. So right now I'm going to click over to this tab here on the right, click on close trades, scroll down to the bottom and click on more. This is going to bring up the whole page history. Okay, so this is the page history, and over here on the right column it says copied. That means all these were copied trades. So as you can see on this first page, there's a mixture of win and loss. The unfortunate thing is that it seems that the losses are a bit more than the wins in terms of trade value. Now we're going to go to the second page. Again, we're seeing about slightly more loss than win. And we look at the assets that have been traded. These are like, I don't know what that is. It's crude oil, IBM, AXP, US Brand. Basically, everything's OTC. And why do people do the OTC trading? Because OTC pay more. But the way that OTC works is different. So if you want to know how OTC works, I have a different video that explains it. I'll put in the video description afterward. Now let's go to page 3. I'm just going to run you through a lot of pages. And page 3 is worse. Page 3 is like we have 3 wins out of a total of 10. And the assets traded were majority of OTC. So let's go to page 4. Okay, page 4 is there's one that is non-OTC. This page is about even win and loss, 5 wins, 5 losses. And this page, we now go into a page where there's some OTC and some which are not OTC. And this one we have 7 wins and 3 losses, which is kind of okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's okay. And over in this page, again, 7 wins and no losses. Sorry, 7 wins and 3 losses. The losses came from OTC trading. All these are copy trades, by the way. And on this page here, it's all OTC. However, we have 7 wins and 3 losses on all OTC. Actually, it's interesting as well. Earlier that page, the quantity of the trade was bigger too, and on this page, it is there was losses on what is non-OTC, and actually on this page it's about a mix, kind of like a mixed bag. On this page, we have wins on OTC, and some losses on OTC, but generally it's wins on OTC. And this page, we have like regular currency. So like, all these trades were taken yesterday, by the way. All these are automatic. Okay, so there's a lot of trades that took place. And over here, we have again, like a mixed results. Some of them, because like right now, I'm actually copying quite a lot of traders just to test them in small amounts. And inside of my group, this is what I actually teach people how to do. Generally speaking, I tend to recommend people to avoid OTC. So whenever the payouts in the markets drop, okay, this is when we turn off and go back into. There are a couple of reasons when I decide to. There's certain disengaged reasons that I encourage people to go in there and turn off the copy trading set. For example, if the payouts are low, that's one. If the market is thin, we turn off, and basically this allows a lot of people to lock in the profits that you earn. So this is generally a very good practice. And however, if you leave it on OTC, okay, there's pros and cons to it. Is it like all bad? Okay. Well, I'm still gathering information, so I'm still testing. Okay. When I say I'm still testing, I'm not actually out there to try to make profit while testing. So I'm actually looking to just hold at break even, and even if there's some gain, that would be great. So what I typically do, which I give training, and today I actually have a webinar inside of my group, and this is a webinar that I had just a couple of hours ago, which I downloaded, and just gonna run you through the contents of it. Okay, so this is a webinar that I did just a couple of hours ago. So in this webinar, basically I was teaching people, on how to go through the different sections of the broker and how to screen the trades by trader, so you can find out who is performing, who is not performing, and you can sort them out in that way, and you know like who is worth to follow, who is not worth to follow. And I have spreadsheet information that you can use as well that will help you out in your copy trading. So these are the things that you can get. And if you're wondering how do you get started, so if you want to get started in copy trading, I would recommend that you go to that link in the description. It's thebindinglab.net/copytrading, and in that I'll give you training how to navigate the pocket option interface and to set up your copy trading and start making some money. I also have best practices for you as well on how to screen through. And in step 2 and step 4 of that free video series that you're going to receive, you'll be able to get the opportunity to join my Telegram group. In my Telegram group, the value that you can get from it is that on a daily basis, I help people to troubleshoot the settings, and I help people to give comments on their copy trading, and I also suggest new people to follow and people to unfollow depending on the performance of the trader. So this is how I can help you out and add value to you. So there are people in this group who are already, in this group, like I said, most people actually turn on only when London opens, and after New York PM session is over, they actually switch off their copy trading. Using this simple strategy, people are able to add like 5 to 10% gains on a daily basis to their account. And on a weekly basis, that's pretty solid. So most people right now, I'm actually telling them how to kind of set up your own binary auto trading fund. Okay, what is a binary auto trading fund? Think of it as something like S&P 500, Standard & Poor's 500 index with different kind of stocks in the US stock market, which an index alone will have a little bit of every single one. And having a little bit of every single one enables you to spread out your risk, and your account will not be affected simply by one or two traders that so-called mess up or do exceedingly well and do exceedingly bad the next day. So by spreading out, this is the best way to do it. There's no requirement for you to have multiple accounts, and in fact having multiple accounts is account violation of the multiple account policy. So you only need to have one account, And in my group, I'll soon be releasing another training as well. I've just did my third masterclass webinar today. I'll be doing a fourth one on training people how to set up a spreadsheet to kind of like keep a log of all your settings, and also keeping a trading log of the traders that you copy, so that you can scale up the right ones and scale down the wrong ones. And every single day, you know exactly how to move your stop balance so that you can lock in as much of your profit as time goes by. So just to give you a very simple example, for example, if you're most people come into this group with the balance that's the minimum, which is like $100, and they take 100% bonus. So their account basically has 200 to start. So a lot of the settings that I give out in the group are ready to use on a $200 account. If you have a bigger account, simply like multiple, let's if it's $400, just times 2. If it's $2,000, times 10, and so on. The account settings that I give in my group are all very conservative, and basically are safe for testing, because basically every single trade that people make, I try to test them for less than $1 on a $200 account, and most of the time less than 50 cents at each time. So we're actually really spreading out the risk. So this will help you to accumulate data on every single trader, and you can decide very well when you can scale up and when you should scale down. There's no need to have multiple accounts. Using the spreadsheet technique I'm going to be teaching you in the next webinar, you'll learn how to be able to do this very efficiently. As for this video's topic on, well, should we even do pocket option, OTC copy trading? Well, for now, I think it's kind of like a bad idea. Do check out the other video that I have a training on how the OTC markets work. That was a video that I've done using the IQ option platform, but all OTC platforms work in the exact same way. So when you learn how OTC market works, then you can quickly understand why is it that sometimes you follow some traders and they're making money in the OTC, but at other times they're not. Okay, I'm just going to leave you with one very simple advice. Okay, if you're wondering why is it that sometimes in the OTC on pocket option you can actually make money copy trading people in the early hours before the market shuts off, it's because before the OTC market goes big, okay, when the OTC market becomes the majority of the trading activity after most of the money markets lower their payouts, that is when a lot of attention shifts to OTC. But before the attention shifts to OTC, when you copy people who are doing the OTC trading, you're still able to be the minority. The OTC game is the game of the minority, and you do not want to be the majority. So what you're going to notice is that over time, if you are copying traders who are in the OTC and they're doing fine on the regular times, but where is it that when they go OTC you start losing, is because when they're trading the currency pairs, they are still, it's an open market, but when they go into the OTC, initially they can be successful, but the more people copy them, the more they fail. So for example, I have a simple criteria, and you're going to learn a lot more about this. If you found the tips I gave in this video valuable, be sure to click the link in the description, thebinarylab.net/copytrading, because you're going to learn a lot more inside my group, and you want to be there for my next masterclass webinar as well. So the next thing that I wanted to share with you is that I have just a small tip for anyone who's already doing some copy trading, is that if you're copying OTC people, just make sure that their followers are not too many, because let's say anything more than 3 followers, your fail rate is going to be a lot higher when it's the OTC. So in the meantime, if you really want to have the turnover of your account, then keep it to higher percentage, only in session and out session. When OTC starts, that's when you drop your copy percentage, and you increase your stock balance amount as well, to safeguard you from any unpredictable losses of traders going bonkers during the OTC. So basically that's what I want to share with you in this video. Bye for now.